if you've ever fished in a tournament in pre-set, you've probably experienced the time in the tournament where you look back and you realize, you know, you're 6 hours into your tournament, you've got nothing in the boat, you've pre-fished the spot, the fish were there yesterday, crushing your spinnerbait, and you have no idea what's going on. Next thing you know, you're pulling up to the ramp, wondering what happens to your solid game plan, and you're standing at the weigh-in with nothing. So I want to talk to you about how you can avoid that, knowing when it's time to change it up and when it's time to adapt. One of the tools that I use is actually eyewear. In the spring, when fish are spawning, it's important to be able to see the structure that you're fishing, whether or not a fish is on the bed, what depth of water that fish is sitting in, and what's around it, how it's reacting to the environment, how it's reacting to the bait you put in the water. And I found that not one single pair of sunglasses is going to fit every application. So I always try to make sure that I carry 2 different pairs of sunglasses, so I'm always prepared. Polarized amber lenses are perfect for sunny weather. It allows you to see very clearly into the water. But if you're using polarized amber lenses on a cloudy day, you're not going to see as much. You really need to be using a polarized pair of gray lenses. This will allow you to see a lot better on a cloudy day. So I try to keep a pair of amber lenses and gray lenses polarized on hand. I prefer Rudy Project, one of my sponsors. They've got polarized 3FX lenses, and it takes polarized lenses just one step up above their competitors with the effect. It's a much, much clearer view into the water. So just keep that in mind when you're fishing. Gray for cloudy, amber for sunny day. Alright, one other thing, when you're fishing, obviously you want to save as much time on the water as possible. So one thing that I use as well is elite rod sleeves. Rod sleeves are great because they keep your rods from getting tangled, especially if you're using the lures tied on. You've got them sitting on the deck of your boat and you're running down the water. Those rods are going to always bounce around a little bit. Things will tend to get tangled. So I always make sure I keep my rods covered with elite rod sleeves. The other nice thing too is when you get to where you're going and you want to use rod locker, really nice to have these on there. It's very easy to slide them in and out of the rod tubes. And this little tip here on the end keeps them from getting broken. The tips of your rods getting crushed or something like that. Protects them when you're shoving them in the rod tube, when you're trying to put them away, closing that lid, it protects them and keeps them from getting crushed. So it allows you to switch things out a lot quicker, especially, that's going to matter a lot when you're trying to adapt, you're trying to change things up, you're struggling, you're starting to panic, you're moving a lot quicker, you're trying to figure things out. You want to make sure you're saving as much time on the water as possible, and every cast count, getting more casts into the lake. Every cast counts. So beyond that, I actually tied on some quick chain swivels today. I don't normally use these, especially in a tournament. I do use them more often when I'm free-fishing because it allows me to switch things out really, really quickly. But I don't ever use these on tournament day. It does sometimes affect the action of the lure that you're using. But again, when you're free-fishing or trying to change things out very quickly, it does make it really easy to do that. So let's talk about jigs. Who wants a giveaway? Anybody? Anybody else for a giveaway? Okay. So Jiggaway Lures is my jig sponsor. This color here is called Smalley Cutie. It's their mop jig. All of their jigs are made with living rubber. Things are amazing, and I can't wait to show you what they look like. I have some lovely assistants who are going to help me out here. My daughter, Olivia Sheely, and Minnie Snack here and Zach Danko. Both are going to help me out with getting these giveaways out to you. This is another mop jig. This color is actually one that I created myself. It hasn't been released out in the public yet. It's actually called DeGrie Go Delicious. I designed it to look like a St. Clair Goldie. So, you see if I can get that give it a little bit of movement, to speed it up a little bit. This way if the fish are looking for something moving, they've got that coming by. So don't be afraid to take one lure and fish it a couple of different ways. The other thing obviously you can do is switch up your color. I always carry a black and blue jig with me, even if I'm fishing clear water. Black and blue jigs are a great option. It's kind of one of those tried and true colors. One of those kinds of colors that will typically always work. So let me go ahead and show you this schematic size. You can see the difference. I'll try something else. So if you need a downsize, it's a really good option. One other thing that I'll use quite a bit is the snap-netting lure to lead to. This particular bait actually was a very, very successful bait for me this past summer season. It was the #1 bait that I used all season long. Usually, I will fish an elite tube or a tube. Usually in June, July, sometimes I'll fish it into August. But I actually threw the elite tube all year long this year. It was a big bait for me this year. I got a couple of different cameras here of some of my favorite colors. These I'd actually like you guys to go ahead and pass them around so you can take them out of the packet, feel them, check them out. They've got a great tail, longer, gives you a lot of action. And again, if you're getting particular colors and you're not getting bit on it, don't be afraid to switch it up and try a different color. This one is silver. So if you just kind of want to pass it to the left, pass it to the right, pass it back. This one is actually one of my all-time favorite colors, and I throw this in a lot of different kinds of plastics. Silver purple. I will throw this color all year long. This is a very, very successful color on St. Clair. Another one of my favorite colors, especially in the month of June, is Erie Green Purple. This is my #1 go-to in the month of June for a color. And then there's you're going to drag it, and you're going to dig it. Snap dig it right up off the bottom. It's a great way to get a reaction right. One other thing, again, in the essence of time that I do, how many of you guys get your little packages that your hooks come in, little plastic envelope, little piece of cardboard in there, hooks come in there, you throw it away. Take hooks out, throw it away. I don't. I actually keep them. And the reason why is because I will pre-tie all of my drop shots, and I will pre-tie all of my sea rig setups, my Carolina rig. This saves me a lot of time on the water. When I'm ready to switch something out, I've already got my weight tied on, I've got my hook tied on, and I've got my swivel. So I don't have to waste time on the water trying to tie all that stuff up, figure it out, remember how to hook it up, weight goes where, whatever. I can just grab it right out of my tackle. Again, I wouldn't normally have this quick stamp on, so I would just direct tie it. To my line, and I'm just going to go ahead and stamp the digger and stamp that right on there. And then at this point, all I have to do is just unwind it. Saves a ton of time. Especially when you're fishing in tournaments. The last thing you want to spend time doing is tying on a drop shot. So I'll actually have several of those tied up in my tackle bag. Drop shot, a lot of times what I'll throw is a wacky stick. This is also Snacks anymore. Double split and tail on these. When I throw these, I'm usually digging it a little bit. Both those tails are going to flare out, get a lot of attention. When I hook these, I always make sure I hook it in a way that places the tail top to bottom. And I do have some of these that I'd like to pass around so you guys can look at as well. Go ahead and check those out. See how far I can get those. So the reason that I make sure I hook this so it's sitting so the tails are actually kind of stacked is because as you're taking that up and down, these tails are fluttering up and down, and it's going to get a lot better action that way. It's going to get a lot better attention as well. So if I'm going to, and I'm not going to get the next time switching to a drop shot, it's going to get fish that are maybe suspended instead of right on the bottom. So it gets me to a different level, a different depth, better for fishing suspended fish. And again, when I'm fishing this, I'm usually going to be drifting. If there isn't enough of a drift, I'll go ahead and get on the trolling motor and create my own drift. And then every once in a while, I'm just going to kind of reel that in. Sometimes I'm going to dig it just to get a reaction on that tail, and they'll hit it. The action on that tail is really amazing. They really love that. So again, I'm just going to be drifting. I'm going to let this drag, and every once in a while I'm going to give it a little tap just to get a flutter on that tail. We're not really supposed to set the hook here, otherwise you can see me set the hook like a ninja. I get really excited when I get bit, and I set the hook like there's no tomorrow. So that's a great way to fish the wacky worm. Drop shot can be used for all different kinds of baits. Another thing that I'll do sometimes is I'll take a crawdad or crawdaddy, take any Lord's crawdaddy, hook it through the nose, and I'll throw that in and fish that. The crawdaddies make great trailers as well. Go ahead and pass these around for you guys to check out. Really soft. Some of my favorite colors here, green pumpkin red, green pumpkin purple too as well, and then late St. Clair Special. You guys can pass those around and check them out. My lovely assistants will help get those around. Let me go ahead and change this out. So, of course, another thing that you can throw is a crankbait. One of the crankbaits that I will do so much with one crankbait, and I don't have to constantly be retying and taking it out and trying something else. So again, I'm going to cast that out into the water, preferably. Not catching it from the side here. I'm going to count it down to whatever depth I want, and then I'm going to slow roll that back. And as it comes back, I don't know if you can see it, but it's shaking in the water like this. So it's giving off a vibration. There's also beads in there to give it a little bit of a rattle as well, which tends to get the fish's attention. So again, I'll count that down to whatever depth I want. If I want to keep it more shallow, I'm not going to count it down as far. Just bring that back. You can also, like I said, you can let this go ahead and hit the bottom and then bounce it off the structure on the bottom of the lake. And just slow roll that back. So that's a jacket product camera. Another one that I like to use is a Jacket Products Predator. Anybody interested in trying that out? This is actually a really cool color. It's called Tea Money. But this is actually my #1 favorite color to use on St. Clair. I fish a lot of St. Clair. You'll hear me talking about St. Clair a lot. I fish a lot of Lake Erie, St. Clair River. This color here is called Bubblegum.
Look, kids giving them out. You guys are supposed to keep them.
Zach is down there working hard to make sure you guys are getting all these gifts.
Oh, what? Go for it.
I typically don't ever use one of these quick snaps with crankbait. It's very dry cut. So with a Predator, you'll notice the bill on it kind of cut away on the side. What this allows it to do is it allows it to get a really cool wobble in the water, and it puts up a really big vibration that bass can't resist. It's a great bait to use any time of year. I really like to throw the Predators up along the shore and bring it back off towards the deeper water and run it over those ledges and drop off. So let's take a look at it. You can see that really wide wobble, the really erratic kind of running. It looks like a fish, distressed fish. This is a really successful bait. Like I said, it's great for throwing in shallow water. It's great for throwing up on shore. And that really erratic wobble is what drives me crazy. Typically when I'm fishing this, I'm going to keep my rod tip down a little bit.
I got the 6 foot.
And depending on the depth that you want this to run, they run 3 to 5 feet. If you want to run it more shallow, you're going to burn it up. If you want to, if you want to run it deeper, you're going to burn it up. If you want it to run a little more shallow, you're going to slow roll it a little. Really great bait though. Another really great jacket product is jerk money. This one in particular is jerk money suspended. These are great baits, especially in the spring and in the fall. You throw this suspended out, and then when you're retrieving it, you're just giving it a jerk and a reel, jerk and a reel. And then every time you jerk it, it's going to go a little bit deeper. And when you stop reeling, the suspended actually sits there. So typically the fish are going to bite it when it's sitting suspended. There's also a slow ride. You're awake now. There's also a slow probably try to fish this like I would do with the tube. You can snap bait it, you can simulate it and trust Joby. You can just let it sit. Another really great application for this would be throw it in the middle of a bed during spawn. And just switch it. It's going to drive you nuts. So yeah, just keep it across. This they have over at the Sanitary booth today, but it's not yet available on the website. TV listed out there. That's giving away an elite rod sleeve. You want to save time on the water. Let me see how far I can throw this. Oh, there you go. I've also got smaller gold ones on here. These are really nice to use for crab shots. The really cool thing about these is they actually float. So if you were to throw that in the water, a lot of the baits you would see out there on the market that sink to the bottom, these float. So on a drop shot, it's going to stay up and float at the level that you want it to. Instead of having to hold it up, it's going to float on its own. Really great bait. Another bait they use quite often is the Sanitary Learning Swim bait. And I typically use just the 4-inch white. I really like the 4-inch white. I will actually throw it on a swim head with a paddle. I'm going to demonstrate this for you. Don't worry, I've got lots of stuff to give away. I don't know if you guys have seen my Facebook page. It's TeamDeGrie Fishing ProAngler Jennifer DeGrie. I do a lot of giveaways on my ProAngler page as well. I also put blog entries out there. I think right up for Bass Crazy 365. Speaking of Bass Crazy 365, he's also one of my sponsors. Anybody want a Bass Crazy? Okay. See where that goes. No fighting over that. Oh, now that's a gentleman. He just gave his sense to the band. Get that. Y'all can't even see me after this. I got some for you. So I like throwing this swim bait when I can get in the water. Because what it's going to do when I bring that back, that paddle on the end of it here is going to give it a really big wobble back and forth. And then the tail and fall gets a lot of really great action. White is a good color for when they're not biting. You know, they should be, or even on a cloudy day. It's something that's going to get some attention and reaction and get you hit, so you know what if they're there and what they're biting. So this would be something that I would throw in Thursday. Tuck it out for a bit. Try to be really good up here. Jen will yell at me if I look at too bad or if I'm so too crazy or something like a ninja, so I try to do it. So this is another really good application that I throw quite a bit when I'm out there. So I'll do it all my time. So I'll let it sink. I count it down to wherever I want it. Usually I do about 1 second per foot when I'm throwing it down. This is a really great bait to throw when you're trying to figure out what they're like. Who wants a jacket product first? I don't like getting that far. Take this back, all the way back there in that corner and give it a white hat, please. So yeah, remember that. That's a good one to use as well for searching. Another color that I like to throw, or actually another bait that I like to throw, when I am searching in darker water or when I'm fishing my southern division, I'll actually do a lot of searching with chatterbait. Really great bait, another really versatile lure. Something that you can, again, fish any depth. I'll count it down, again, to the depth that I want to fish it at, and then reel it back, burning it if I want to do a shallow roll, slow rolling it if I want to go deeper. Usually I'll put a trailer on this. This black and blue, I probably put like a blue chunk on it, or a June bug crawdaddy. So chatterbaits are one of my favorite surf baits for darker water. This is a really good not going to really slow roll this. They usually finish it quicker than they would a lot of those things. Count it down. Start in a minute. Really good search bait for when you're trying to change and trying to adapt. So one thing that I would recommend, if you're out free fishing for a tournament, you're crushing them, take a look at the conditions around you. You know, is it a sunny day? Is it a cloudy day? You got a 1 to 3 foot wave. You know, maybe you're crushing them on a spinner bait. And then you go back on tournament day. You throw that same spinner bait in the same spot, and they're not hitting. Look around. Maybe now it's sunny, the water's calm. Of course they're not going to hit the same bait, so you need to be able to switch that up. A lot of anglers get stuck in past conditions. So whatever they were pre-fishing, they're expecting it. You know, I know those fish are here yesterday. I know they were here. They've got to still be here today. So they're hitting that and they're trying so hard to repeat a pattern that worked on a different day in different conditions. You know, that next thing you know, they're looking at their watch and they're like, oh my gosh, I've only got an hour left. You know, what happened to my time? Don't be afraid to switch it up. What I recommend, there's no replacement for time on the water. Time on the water is going to give you experience. It's going to give you laws and spots to fish. It's going to give you flexibility. It's going to teach you how to adapt. If you don't have the time on the water in that particular spot, I would really recommend you not spend more than 2 hours beating a pattern that isn't producing. If it's been 2 hours and you're fishing the same pattern and you haven't got anything in the boat, switch it up. Try spot number 2. Take a look at your surroundings. Is it different conditions? Like I said, is it sunny and you know, yesterday when you were questioning it was cloudy? Were they deep? Are